Hi all, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about this question. The question is, consider the following read-write schedule over three transactions T1, T2, T3. So subscription in the schedule indicate S, R1, Z, W1, Z, R2, Z, X. So which of the transaction schedule is or conflict to S. So this is a gate question 2024. So this question is gate. Now I'll explain this problem in very simple way. Now you see they have given R1 of Z, W1 of Z, R2 of X, W3 of Y. So we remember there are three transactions are there. Now you can see R1 of X. This is the first transaction. R1 of Z. R2 of X. This is the second transaction. R3 of Y. There are third transaction. So you remember there are three transactions. Let us say first one is T1. Second one is T2. Third one is T3. So there are complete three transactions. Out of this, you see the maximum number is only three. That's why we have taking the transactions are three transactions. When you found the first one is R1 of Z, so it belongs to transaction 1. When you see W1 of Z, 1 means it again belongs to first transaction. R2 of X, 2 means second transaction. Next, R3 of Y. R3 of Y means third transaction. Next, W3 of 3 means again third transaction. Then we have R2 of Y, W2 of X, W2 of Y. So these all are 2 means second transaction. R2 of Y, W2 of X, as well as W2 of Y. So the question is what they have asking, which of the following schedules are conflict equivalent? Okay. So now what we are going to do in this problem. So first point, important point is we need to write the schedules in this graph model. So in the T1, T2, T3. So in this way, we need to write the schedules. So now what we are going to do, we need to draw the graph. How to draw this graph? Let me tell you. So there are three transactions are the T1, T2, T3. Yes. So the transactions are T1 as well as T2 as well as T3. So total there are three transactions are there. After writing T1, T2, T3, you must remember the conflict sequences. So the conflict sequences are, so when you see read, 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 write, write, read, write, write. So out of all these, this is a conflict sequence, it is a conflict sequence, it is a conflict sequence. It is not conflict sequence. Remember, read is a not conflict sequence. But read write is a conflict sequence. Write write. So we'll start from this T1. So first you see T1 of R1 of Z. So you must think about this value Z. In this T2 there is no Z. That's why I am skipping this one. In the W1 of Z, in the T2, Z is not there. That's why I'm skipping this one. Now you see R2 of X. So R2 of X means when you see R2 of X, in the next transaction, there is no X value. Next, T3. So T3 of this one is R3 of Y. So in this transaction, T3, T2, R2 of Y is there. Read. Yes, read is no conflict. So we have to ignore this one. Read Y, write Y. So this is a conflict pair because read, write. Read Y, write y. Remember, you don't bother about this number, just you bother about this value y. Read of y, write of y. So there is a conflict between T3 to T2. So we are going to draw the line between T3 to T2. So this is a way to draw the graph. Now what we are going to do? We are going to see this one W3 of y. Yes, W3 of y is there. R2 of y. Yes, there is a conflict between this T3 and T2. Again, same line will be drawn. So after completion of this one, if you observe the conflict pairs, you can see here R3 to W2y. Okay, so W3y2, W2y as well as R2y. So now how to decide this schedules are equivalent to S. So remember one of the important point we are going to see here. So if you see this diagram, this first option is we have T1, T2, T3, T3, T2, T1, and then T1, T3, T2. So T3, T1, T2. So remember in this one, if you see T3, T2, out of T3, T2, T3 will first come, T3 will first come, then T1, T2 will come. Okay. So in the first case, they have given T1, T2, T3. So if you see this T1, T2, T3, this one is whether this answer is right or wrong. So first they have to start from T3, then you must go to T2. But if you see after T2, T3 came. After T2, T3 came. Hence, you must ignore this option. Second one, T1, T3, T2. Yes, T3, T2. Yes, after T3, T2 came. That's why this is the right. Third one, what we have, the question is T1, so T3, T2, T1. So you see, after T3 again T2 came. Yes, this is also right. So fourth one, what we have, the question is this T3, T1, T2. Now T3, T1, T2. Yes, after 3 to again T2 came. So this is also right. So the final answer for this question is the answer is this B, C, D. So this question asked in 2024 GATE. Very important concept. So remember this concept is called as conflict serializability. Okay. So what is mean by conflict serializability? When you draw the graph, if it does not make the loop, then we can say this graph is called as conflict serializability. Okay. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel.